Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel. Thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Chronoswiss Chronometer Chronograph in 18-karat yellow gold. You can see the COSC certified Chronoswiss Chronograph and purchase it on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos. And please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full listing for this watch with additional accessories included in the sale, high resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this yellow gold Chronoswiss automatic chronograph. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see this watch is designed and built in the style pioneered by Chronoswiss founder G.R. Lang of Germany. Now, he was originally a watchmaker for pre-Tag Heuer, and he even worked in motorsports timing within the company, but in the early 80s, during the quartz crisis, he struck out on his own to preserve the art of mechanical watchmaking on his own time under his own brand, and in 1983 that brand became Chronoswiss. Now, the watch on my wrist features all of the hallmarks of Lang's design vision, and I'll get to those after we talk about basic proportions and size. The watch is nicely proportioned, lug to bezel to case, and only 38 millimeters across the round of the case. It does have a nice traditional men's chronograph size to it. Of course, that's not inclusive of crown or chronograph pushers. It's also reasonably slim. At 14.5 millimeters with a generously rounded, coined style bezel, it will slide easily under most tight sleeves and formal cuffs. From lug to lug, it's quite manageable at 48.5 millimeters, and the way the lugs taper down does wrap around the curvature of your wrist. You can see my wrist is rather small, yet I have plenty of clearance on both sides. I believe you could wear this watch with a good sense of style and proportion and security on a wrist as small as 14.5 centimeters in circumference. It has nice weight to it. Now, it's all in yellow gold, which is a very powerful metal in terms of visual impact, and it works best on traditional case sizes, much above 40 millimeters, and it becomes overwhelming. This is just about perfect with differential finish, differential textures, and sculpted forms to break up the mass of the gold. It is elegance incarnate. You can see that the strap is fixed to the heavy precious metal case with a screwed-in bar. That's the more secure way to make a watch. I'd rather see a high-value heavy watch like this on screws than spring bars. And you can see it has a minimally bolstered monotone stitch, light brown rectangular scale alligator leather strap appropriate for a dress watch with a supple calfskin underside. You'll also note the watch has a Chronoswiss 18-karat yellow gold logo pin buckle in traditional size, traditional fashion for a traditional profile. Very much of a vintage sensibility. And while certain Chronoswiss watches were price point timepieces, like the Opus for instance, which used electro-spark erosion to evacuate its dial and movement for a skeletonized look, this watch is in no way a price point piece. The whole case in true solid gold 18-karat is beautifully finished and nuanced, thick and heavy. The dial, which is engine turned, is made of 925 sterling silver with gorgeous floral style numerals. The watch has a little bit of a Breguet vibe to it while still remaining very Chronoswiss. Chronoswiss was all about the coined bezel and the straight lugs, very strident, strict, almost of the early pocket watch converted to wristwatch era. This timepiece really is an aesthetic throwback to that point in history. You can see the onion-style crown for easy grasp and aesthetic effect. The watch is, for the most part, all dial. When viewed from head-on, it dominates, and for good reason. There's a lot going on, but it's beautifully balanced with a cruciform symmetry that's highly becoming, and you also note the radial date at 3 o'clock. It actually has a trick up its sleeve, and the Chronoswiss has improved the Valjoux 7750 chronometer grade base of the watch to feature a bidirectional quickset, so you can actually set the date in both directions to most rapidly correct the watch should it run down. That's not a feature universal to the 7750. Of course, there are highly stylized hands in blue and gold across the dial, a chronograph, the king of complications for timing what have you, or simply distraction during long meetings. And the watch, of course, is a chronometer, COSC certified. Now, it's important to note that there are several grades of Valjoux 7750. There's base, elaboré, top, and chronometer, with chronometer being the highest in terms of both cosmetic and functional finish, so like the polishing of pinion leaves, roulage of pivots, that sort of thing. But it also features an expensive chronometer grade balance, and I'll show you how you can distinguish that when I activate the hacking feature of the watch. It does feature stop seconds. Now you can see the splayed out spoke of the balance, and that's indicative of a chronometer grade balance. When it's a straight cut member, just a solid shaft without that flare toward the balance wheel, then it's a non-chronometer balance. This watch specified to a very high standard, and externally and of its dial, finished to a like standard of aesthetics. This is a unique watch from a cult brand. This style of Chronoswiss is becoming increasingly rare as the new ownership converts over to an entirely different styling sensibility. G.R. Lang, who owned 800 watches personally, is the watch enthusiast's watchmaker, and Chronoswiss is the brand he founded for himself and for the enthusiast. You can see and you can purchase this Chronoswiss Chronometer Chronograph in 18 karat yellow gold on our website.